Hi students, let me start by asking a couple of questions. What is the value of sine 30 degrees? And you would say half. What is the value of cos 45 degrees? And you will say 1 by root 2. What is the value of tan 60? And you would say root 3. Excellent students. So along these years, we are quite familiar with all the 6 trigonometric functions and their corresponding values from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. But now, what if I ask you the value of sine 750 degrees? And you will be wondering. What if I ask you the value of tan 1010 degrees? And again you are wondering. So that's where the concept of allied angles comes into action. Students, हम आज यही सीखेंगे how to calculate the higher angles of all the 6 trigonometric functions. So stay tuned throughout the video and you are going to become a champion in calculating all the 6 trigonometric functions with their higher angles. Hi everyone, this is your math mentor and your friend Kaushal Ajogia. So let's begin with the concept of allied angles. Okay students, now let us understand this graph. We very well know that we have 4 quadrants. The first quadrant varies from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. The second quadrant varies from 90 degrees to 180 degrees. The third quadrant varies from 180 to 270 and the fourth quadrant varies from 270 to 360. Now students, in the first quadrant, all the 6 trigonometric functions, sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec, all are positive. So I am going to write down here all. All means all the 6 trigonometric functions are positive. In the second quadrant, we have sine and cosec as positive. In the third quadrant, we have tan and cot as positive. And in the fourth quadrant, we have cos and sec as positive. Now students, आप मुझे पूछोगे कि सर हमको ये याद कैसे रहेगा कि कौन से क्वाड्रेंट में कौन पॉजिटिव है. So I am just giving you a shortcut to remember. You can remember this as A S T C. उसका फुल फॉर्म मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. Add sugar to coffee. Add sugar to coffee. Add means all. A for add, A for all. S for sugar, S for sine. T for tan and T for 2. C for coffee and C for cos. Okay students, so this is the way you can remember this कि कौन से quadrant में कौन positive है. Okay, now students, let us understand the sign conventions over here. Whenever we move anti-clockwise direction, we very well know that a positive angle is being measured. And if we move clockwise, then we can say that a negative angle is being measured. Okay students, now I will be asking you some sign conventions so as to get this concept more clear. Suppose मैं आपको पूछता हूँ कि 90 plus theta, so you have to tell me कि which quadrant you are going to enter. Once again I repeat, 90 plus theta, 90 means आप यहाँ पे हो, plus मतलब आपको anti clockwise move करना है, तो you are going to enter the second quadrant. Okay? What if I ask you 180 minus theta? 180 means आप कहाँ पे हो? इधर. Minus मतलब आपको move करना है clockwise. Okay, so you are going to enter the second quadrant. समझ में आ रहा है? What if I ask you 270 plus theta? 270 means you are here. Plus मतलब कैसे move करेंगे आप? You are going to move anti-clockwise direction, so you will enter the fourth quadrant. समझ में आ रहा है? What if I now ask you 2 pi plus theta? 2 pi means आप कहाँ पे हो? You are over here. Plus means you are going to move anti-clockwise. So you are going to enter the first quadrant. Okay students, let us take some example more. What if I ask you 90 minus theta? 90 मतलब आप कहाँ पे हो? You are here. Minus मतलब you will move clockwise. So you are going to enter the first quadrant. What if I ask you 360 degrees minus theta? 360 means आप यहाँ पे हो. Minus मतलब कहाँ पे move करोगे? Clockwise. So you are going to enter the fourth quadrant. Okay students, so let's move ahead. Now suppose you want to calculate the value of sine 90 degrees plus theta. It is a 2-step procedure. Okay, पहले आपको ये देखना है कि will the trigonometric function change or not. तो change मतलब क्या होता है? Okay, so whenever in the bracket you see 90 plus minus, pi by 2 plus minus, 270 plus minus or 3 pi by 2 plus minus, whenever you see any one among these angles, the trigonometric function will change. So sine would change to cos. यहाँ पे देखो सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल में cos of 90 plus theta, तो हमारे पास है 90 plus theta. Okay, so your trigonometric function again will change. So cos will change to sine. So whenever students in the bracket you see 90 plus minus or 270 plus minus, your trigonometric function will change. Sine will change to cos or cos will change to sine. Tan will change to cot or cot will change to tan. Sec changes to cosec and cosec to sec. लेकिन अगर आपके पास ब्रैकेट में इन चारों में से कोई भी एक एंगल है 180 प्लस माइनस, पाई प्लस माइनस, 360 प्लस माइनस और 2 पाई प्लस माइनस, your trigonometric function will not change. So sine remains sine, cos remains cos, tan cot and so on. Okay, तो 180 degrees यहाँ पे ढूंढते हैं cot pi plus theta. So we are having pi plus. Okay, so trigonometric function जो है आपका वो change नहीं होने वाला है. Okay student, so to calculate all these values, it is a two-step procedure. पहले स्टेप में आपको ये आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि whether the trigonometric function will change or not. So now let us do the first step. Please help me out in this. Sin 90 plus theta, बोलो trigonometric function change होगा कि नहीं होगा? Yes, it will change क्योंकि 90 comes in the change. So sin will change to cos. So your answer for this is going to be cos theta. Okay? It's a two-step procedure. We are just focusing on the first step. cos 90 plus theta, बोलो ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन चेंज होगा, 90 में चेंज होता है, cos changes to sin, तो आई एम गोइंग टू राइट द आंसर एज sin थीटा. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, tan 3 पाई बाय 2 प्लस थीटा, 3 पाई बाय 2 किस में आता है? चेंज में आता है. ओके, सो आई एम गोइंग टू राइट डाउन हियर tan changes to cot, so I write here cot theta. sec 3 पाई बाय 2 माइनस थीटा, 3 पाई बाय 2 अगेन कम्स इन चेंज, तो sec will change to cosec, तो आई एम गोइंग टू राइट डाउन हियर cosec थीटा. फिर cot पाई प्लस थीटा, पाई में चेंज और नो चेंज? नो चेंज, तो पाई में cot रिमेन्स cot, तो आई एम गोइंग टू राइट डाउन द आंसर cot थीटा. ओके, cosec 2 पाई माइनस थीटा, 2 पाई में वापस देयर इज नो चेंज. ओके, सो cosec रिमेन्स cosec, so your answer is cosec थीटा. Then tan 2 पाई प्लस थीटा, वापस 2 पाई आया, so there is no change, so tan would remain tan, so you get tan theta over here. Then sin 2 pi minus theta, 2 pi में again there is no change, so you are going to write down sin theta. Students, ये तो अभी फर्स्ट स्टेप हुआ है, तो what is the first step? You have to identify whether the trigonometric function will change or not change. Now let us see the sign convention, the second step. तो आपको ये देखना है कि once you have identified change or no change, तो आप जो आंसर लिख रहे हो वो पॉजिटिव आने वाला है कि नेगेटिव आने वाला है, वो कैसे देखना है आपको? Let's see here, 90 plus theta, just now I've explained, 90 plus theta means you are here, plus मतलब आप मूव करेंगे एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, so plus means you are entering second quadrant. तो सेकेंड क्वाड्रेंट में एंटर करने के बाद आपको देखना है कि वहां पे साइन फंक्शन पॉजिटिव है क्या. ऑन एंटरिंग सेकेंड quadrant you observe that sine function is positive, therefore I am going to write down the answer as plus cos theta. Students, यहाँ पे आपको ये जो साइन कन्वेंशन है वो ओरिजिनल फंक्शन का देखना है, आपको साइन फंक्शन का साइन देखना है, ना कि जो आपको आंसर मिला था cos theta उसका साइन नहीं देखना है. You have to see the sign of the original function. Are you getting this? Please don't make that mistake. Okay, let's move to this one. Cos 90 plus theta. पहले हम लोग ने देख लिया कि वो चेंज होगा तो sin थीटा देख लिया. Now 90 means you are here. Again plus means you are going to move anti-clockwise. So you are going to enter the second quadrant. वहाँ पे कौन पॉजिटिव है? Sin and cosec. तो is your cos function positive over here? No. So that is why I am going to write down minus sin theta. Students, once again I repeat, you are not going to write the sign of the answer what you have obtained. You are going to write the sign of the original question. Okay. Now tan 3 pi by 2 plus theta. 3 pi by 2 means आप यहाँ पे हो, plus मतलब you are entering the fourth quadrant, तो वहाँ पे tan function is negative, so your answer is minus cot theta. Are you getting this? Okay. Sec 3 pi by 2 minus theta. 3 pi by 2 means you are here, minus मतलब you are entering थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट, वहाँ पे sec function is negative, तो that is why your answer is minus cosec theta. Okay. Cot pi plus theta. Pi plus, अब थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट में जा रहे हो तो वहाँ पे cot function is positive, that is why your answer is plus cot theta. Are you getting, students? Very nice. Cosec 2 pi minus theta. Cosec 2 pi minus theta. 2 pi means आप यहाँ पे हो, माइनस मतलब आप मूव करेंगे क्लॉकवाइज, so you will enter the fourth quadrant, so their cosec function is negative, so that is why you get minus cosec theta. Okay. Then tan 2 pi plus theta. 2 pi means you are here, plus मतलब you are entering the first quadrant, तो there all are positive, सारे trigonometric function positive है, इसके लिए आंसर is plus tan theta. Okay. Moving ahead, sin 2 pi minus theta. 2 pi means you are your माइनस मतलब आप मूव करेंगे क्लॉकवाइज, सो यू विल एंटर द फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट, वहां पे साइन फंक्शन इज नेगेटिव, इसके लिए आंसर इज माइनस साइन थीटा. Okay students, I take some more examples so as to get the concept more clear. Stay tuned. Okay students, let's continue with more examples. Cot pi minus theta. अभी दोनों स्टेप साथ में करेंगे. पहले आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है चेंज और नो चेंज, एंड सेकंड थिंग यू विल आइडेंटिफाई प्लस की माइनस. ओके, सो वी हैव cot pi minus theta. pi में there is no change. Okay, so cot function remains cot, so you just write on cot theta. अभी देखो pi minus मतलब आप कौन से क्वाड्रेंट में एंटर करोगे? You are here. माइनस मतलब यू हैव टू मूव क्लॉकवाइज, सो यू आर गोइंग टू एंटर द सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट. वहां पे कॉट फंक्शन जो है आपका वो नेगेटिव होता है, इसके लिए माइनस कॉट थीटा. ओके, लेट्स कम टू द नेक्स्ट वन. cos 3 pi by 2 प्लस थीटा. 3 pi by 2 में चेंज और नो चेंज? यस, 3 pi by 2 में चेंज, तो cos विल चेंज टू साइन, तो पहले लिख दो साइन थीटा. नाउ सेकंड स्टेप, 3 pi by 2 प्लस, तो यू आर योर प्लस मतलब आप मूव करेंगे एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, तो यू आर गोइंग टू एंटर द फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट. वहां पे आपका cos फंक्शन पॉजिटिव है. ओके, सो यू आर गोइंग टू राइट डाउन प्लस साइन थीटा. स्टूडेंट्स, वंस अगेन आई रिपीट, प्लीज डोंट राइट द साइन ऑफ द आंसर व्हाट यू हैव ऑब्टेन्ड, सी द साइन ऑफ द ओरिजिनल फंक्शन. तो आपको यहाँ पे ये देखना था कि फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट में cos पॉजिटिव है कि नहीं, आपको ये नहीं देखना है कि साइन फंक्शन पॉजिटिव है कि नहीं. ओके, हमेशा ओरिजिनल क्वेश्चन का आपको ध्यान में रखना है. ओके, लेट्स मूव अहेड. कोसेक 2 pi प्लस थीटा. 2 pi में चेंज और नो चेंज? 2 pi में नो चेंज, सो कोसेक विल रिमेन कोसेक, तो पहले तो लिख दो फटक से कोसेक थीटा. नाउ 2 pi प्लस, 2 pi मीन्स यू आर योर प्लस मतलब आप मूव करेंगे एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, तो यू विल एंटर द फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट, दे ऑल आर पॉजिटिव, सब मजे में है. So that is why you are going to write down plus cosec theta. Okay. Now cot 3 pi by 2 plus theta. Change or no change? Change. तो 3 pi by 2 में हमारा फंक्शन चेंज हो जाता है, so cot will change to tan. So I am going to write down tan theta. Now 3 pi by 2 means you are here. प्लस मतलब आप मूव करेंगे एंटी क्लॉकवाइज एंड यू विल एंटर द फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट, तो वहां पे आपका cot फंक्शन जो है वो नेगेटिव होता है, इसके लिए यूज है माइनस tan theta. The last one, sin 90 minus theta. Change or no change? 90 में trigonometric function change होता है and sin will change to cos. So I am going to first write down cos theta. 90 minus, 90 means you are here. Minus मतलब आप move करेंगे clockwise, तो you are going to enter the first quadrant. Again सब मजे में इधर, so that is why you are going to say your answer is plus cos theta. Okay students, I hope you have understood the concept of change, no change and plus or minus. So now let's get started with the examples of calculating higher angles. Okay students, so let us understand how to calculate higher angles of trigonometric functions. So we have sin 150 degrees. Now students, हमेशा याद रखो कि ये जो ब्रैकेट में आपको एंगल्स दिख रहे हैं, okay, you have to just express them in the form of 4 standard angles. You can express them as 90 plus minus something, 180 प्लस माइनस समथिंग, 270 प्लस माइनस समथिंग और 360 प्लस माइनस समथिंग. ओके, तो ये जिससे भी करीब होगा इन चारों एंगल में से आपको उसको वो फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस करना है. ओके, सो 150 डिग्रीज इज क्लोजर टू 90 डिग्रीज एज वेल एज 180 डिग्रीज, so you can use any one of them. Suppose if I am using 90 degrees, okay, I am taking the help of 90 degrees, so I am going to write 150 as, can I write 90 plus 60? Okay, so now it is in the form sin 90 plus theta. So again we do the two-step procedure. 90 में trigonometric function changes, so sin will change to cos. तो पहले मैं लिख दूंगा cos 60, and then you have to check the sign convention. 90 plus means you are entering the second quadrant. वहाँ पे आपको sin देखना है sin function का और ना कि cos function का. So second quadrant में sin function is positive, so your answer is plus cos 60, which gives you plus half. Are you getting students? Now you must be wondering कि इसको 180 minus 30 भी तो कर सकते थे. ओके, तो मैं आपको उससे भी बता देता हूँ. The answer will be same. So you can use any one of the method. So let's start with 180 degrees. So can I express this as 180 minus 30? Okay, so now 180 में change or no change? No change. So your sine function will remain sine function. So your answer remains sine 30. Now 180 minus means you are here. Minus means you will move clockwise and you are entering the second quadrant. वहाँ पे sine function is positive. Okay, so your answer is going to be plus sine 30, and which is you can say plus half. Okay students, so you can follow any one of the method, either use 90 plus or you can use 180 minus, दोनों से आपको आंसर सेम मिलेगा. Okay, let's try this one, cos 300. Now here also you can express as 270 plus 30 or 360 minus 60. Let us use 270 plus 30. So what if I say cos 300 is 270 degrees plus 30 degrees? बोलो change or no change? 270 में trigonometric function change होता है, so cos will change to sin. Okay, so I am going to write down here sin 30. Now 270 means you are here, plus मतलब आप मूव करेंगे एंटी क्लॉकवाइज एंड यू विल एंटर द फोर्थ क्वाड्रेंट एंड व्हाट डू यू ऑब्जर्व, वहां पे cos फंक्शन इज पॉजिटिव. ओके, सो आई एम गोइंग टू राइट डाउन प्लस sin 30 which is again plus half. Students, once again I repeat, please don't see the sign of the answer what you have obtained. Okay, आपको साइन देखना है ओरिजिनल फंक्शन का, आपको साइन देखना है cos फंक्शन का और ना कि sin फंक्शन का. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, ओके. What if you want to calculate tan 330? Now 330 is again closer to 270 as well it is closer to 360. So let's use 360 this time. So I can express this as tan 360 degrees minus 30 degrees. 360 में change or no change? No change. Okay, so your tan function remains tan. So I am going to write down tan 30 degrees. Now 360 minus 360 means आप यहाँ पे हो, minus मतलब you will move clockwise and you will enter the fourth quadrant. वहाँ पे tan function is negative. That is why I am going to write down minus tan 30 and that is why your answer is minus 1 upon root 3. Okay students, let's move ahead to cosec 210 degrees. So this is closer to 180 as well as you can express this as a sum of 270 minus 60. So let's use 180 degrees. So I am writing this as cosec 180 plus 30. बोलो change or no change? 180 में it is no change. Okay, so cosec remains cosec. तो मैं यहाँ पे लिख दूंगा cosec 30. Now 180 plus 180 means you are here, plus मतलब you will enter the fourth quadrant, third quadrant. वहाँ पे cosec function is negative. That is why your answer is minus cosec 30 and that is why you get minus half. Okay students, I hope you are getting how to calculate the trigonometric function of all these values. Let's take some more examples so that the concept is more clear. Okay students, now comes the main concept that will help you to find the trigonometric functions of higher angles. And what is that? Let us see. Higher multiples of 360 degrees are to be considered as 360 degrees itself. Means students, जो multiples of 360 होते हैं, which is 360, 720, 1080, 1440, 1800, they can be replaced by 360 degrees itself. Because suppose I'll explain you what is the meaning of 360 degrees. How will you measure 360 degrees? You start your journey from here and you rotate one full circle, so that completes 360 degrees. Again you want to measure 720 degrees, means आप वही circle दो बार घूमेंगे and you are going to get 720 degrees. So the ending point of 720 and 360 remains same. Likewise third multiple में आप कितनी बार घूमोगे circle? 3 बार घूमोगे और वहीं पे आ रहे हो आप. Okay, so that is why whenever you see a higher multiple of 360 in the question, you can replace it by 360 degrees itself. It remains the same. So this will help you to find the higher angles of trigonometric functions. For example, let us say you want to calculate sin 750 degrees. Now students, you have to check if 750 degrees is closer to which multiple of 360. So it is closer to 720 degrees. Okay, so what I am doing here is I am going to express this as sin of 720 degrees plus 30 degrees. Now just now I have told कि 720 degrees can be replaced by 360. तो मैं इसको replace कर दूंगा 360 degrees से. So I am going to write down 360 degrees plus 30 degrees. Okay. Now this you very well know how to calculate. 360 में no change. So sin remains sin. So you are going to write down your answer as sin 30 and you are entering the first quadrant 360 plus. Okay, वहाँ पे सब मजे में. So your answer is plus sin 30, which is plus half. Okay students, I hope you are getting. Let us take some more example. Okay students, what if you want to calculate, let us say cot of 870 degrees. Now 870 is closer to 720. Okay, so let us express 870 as cot of 720 degrees plus you can say 150 degrees. Okay students, so now we are going to replace 720 by 360. तो हमको क्या मिलेगा इधर? Cot of, you are going to say 360 degrees plus 150 degrees. Now students, let us assume that it is in the form cot of 360 plus theta. Okay, so 360 mein there is no change, so your cot remains cot. So I am going to write down the answer as cot of 150 degrees. Okay, 360 ko you are here, 360 plus means you are entering first quadrant, all are positive, that is why your answer is plus cot 150. Now students, what do we observe? That this again is not a standard angle, means it is not an angle between 0 degrees to 90 degrees. तो इसको वापस सिंप्लीफाई करना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो यू कैन राइट दिस एज फर्दर cot of 90 degrees plus 60 degrees. Okay, then again the same concept, 90 में there is change, so cot will change to tan. So I am going to write down your answer as tan 60, and 90 plus means you are entering the second quadrant, वहाँ पे cot function is negative, so our answer is minus tan 60. It comes out to be minus root 3. Okay, what if you want to calculate cosec of 540 degrees? Now students, यहाँ पे 540 degrees is closer to 360 as well as it is closer to 720. तो कोई भी एक ले लो, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. Okay, so let us express in the form of cosec 360 degrees plus theta. Now 360 plus what is 540 students? It is plus 180. Okay, so now it is in the form cosec 360 plus theta. So change or no change? No change. So your cosec function remains cosec function. So you are going to get cosec of 180 degrees, and 360 plus means you are entering the first quadrant. Okay, तो ऐसे assume कर लो कि आप first quadrant में जा रहे हो. So you are going to get your answer as plus cosec 180. Now students, what do we observe? That this is not an angle between 0 to 90. So let us simplify further. So we can say that इसको क्या लिख सकते हैं? Cosec of, can we write 90 degrees plus 90 degrees, which is 180 degrees. Now 90 में cosec function changes, cosec will change to sec. So you get your answer as sec 90 degrees. Okay. Now 90 plus, 90 means आप यहाँ पे हो, plus मतलब you will enter the second quadrant, वहाँ पे cosec function is positive, so that is why you get your answer as plus sec 90, and sec 90, you know students, it is not defined. Okay students, now what if you want to calculate negative higher angles? So here comes another concept. Now students, you have to remember the 6 formulas. Sin of minus theta is minus sin theta, minus sin बाहर आ जाता है ब्रैकेट के. Cosec of minus theta, again minus sin comes outside, you get minus cosec theta. Likewise for tan and for cot. Only for cos and sec, cos of minus theta will give you plus cos theta, and sec of minus theta will give you plus sec theta. Okay students, तो ये चार ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन में माइनस साइन ब्रैकेट के बाहर आ जाता है. सिर्फ cos of minus theta and sec of minus theta gives you plus cos theta and plus sec theta respectively. So let us understand with the help of this concept how to calculate sin of minus 750 degrees. So पहले तो हम लोग ये फॉर्मूला अप्लाई कर देंगे. sin of minus theta जैसा है, so minus sign comes outside, so we are going to get here minus of sin 750 degrees. Okay student, now the normal procedure what we have studied, 750 कौन से मल्टीपल ऑफ 360 के करीब है, it is closer to 720 degrees. तो can I write this as minus of sin 720 degrees plus 30 degrees. Okay students, now 720 can be replaced by 360. So I am going to write down minus of sin 360 degrees plus 30 degrees. Minus sign as it is रहेगा यहाँ पे. So again put a minus sign. 360 plus theta, change or no change? No change. Okay, and you are entering the first quadrant, so which will give you plus sin 30. तो I am going to write down plus sin 30. यहाँ पे ब्रैकेट इसलिए पुट किया है just to show that value of this term is plus sin 30. Okay, now minus of plus will give you what? Minus, so you get minus sin 30, which is minus half. Dear students, let's take another example. Okay, what if we want to calculate tan of minus 870? So again we use this concept, tan of minus theta is minus sin theta, तो minus sin को पहले तो बाहर ले लो, so you get minus tan 870 degrees. Now tan 870, 870 is closer to which multiple students? It is closer to 720, so we can write this term as 720 degrees plus what gives you 870 students? It is 150 degrees. Okay students, now replacing 720 by 360, so what do we get here is minus of tan 360 degrees plus 150 degrees. So consider this as 360 plus theta. 360 में no change, so tan remains tan, and you are entering the first quadrant where all are positive. So your answer for this term is minus of plus tan 150 degrees. ये bracket किसका आंसर दे रहे हैं आपको? इट इज द आंसर फॉर दिस टर्म. ओके, नाउ माइनस ऑफ प्लस बिकम्स माइनस, तो आई एम गोइंग टू राइट माइनस tan. एंड 150 को स्टूडेंट्स क्या लिख सकते हैं? 180 minus 30. Okay, now 180 में there is no change, so tan remains tan. So you are going to get your answer as minus of tan 30 रहेगा वो, and you are entering 180 minus means second quadrant, वहाँ पे tan function is negative, so you get minus tan 30 as your answer. Minus minus becomes plus, and tan 30 will give you 1 by root 3. So your answer is plus 1 by root 3. I hope students you are getting the concept. Okay, let's take one more example so as to get the concept very clear. Okay students, what if you want to calculate cos of minus 1500 degrees? Okay, तो पहले तो क्या देखेंगे? Cos of minus theta is same as cos theta. तो your minus sign would vanish and you get cos of 1500 degrees. What is the next step students? देखो ये कौन से मल्टीपल से करीब है 360 के, so it is closer to 1440. So I can express 1500 as 1440 degrees plus 60 degrees. Okay, replacing 1440 by 360. So what do we get here is cos of 360 degrees plus 60. Okay, this became 360. Now, is it of the form cos 360 plus theta? So 360 mein there is no change, so cos remains cos. So I am going to write down the answer as cos of 60 degrees. Okay, and you are entering the first quadrant, so all are positive, so plus cos 60, and your answer is plus half. I hope students you have understood the concept of allied angles very clearly, and now you will be able to calculate all the positive as well as the negative higher angles of all the 6 trigonometric functions. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for more updates. Take care and goodbye.